The night is heavy with the sound of my breathing. I sit frozen before the laptop, cursor blinking like a pulse. My mind runs in circles, refusing to accept the truth. Dad took the money. Every dollar meant for my final year of school. I open the banking app again, fingers trembling. Each transaction appears like a wound. January 3rd, withdrawal, $2,500. January 17th, another $3,000. February 2nd, $2,500 more. The pattern repeats with surgical precision. Each withdrawal spaced just enough to avoid suspicion. He planned this. He counted on me never checking. My throat burns with disbelief. I download every statement, every record. The evidence piles up, black and white on the screen. He's been draining the account for months. The same account he promised to protect. The same one he called our family's safety net. My hands grip the edge of the desk until my knuckles whiten. Anger pushes through the shock, hot and alive. I search online for UTMA account rules. Line after line confirms what I already fear. At 21, the money should have been mine alone. He had no legal right to touch it. None. He lied about taxes, about paperwork, about protecting me. For 3 years, I believed him without question. Because he was my father. Because trust was supposed to mean something. Now, that trust feels like glass under my skin. Every memory of his lectures about responsibility twists in my mind. Always save, never spend recklessly. His voice echoes in my head, cruel and hollow. He wasn't saving for me. He was feeding his own need. Maybe gambling. Maybe debts. I don't know yet. But I will. I open my notes app and start a timeline. Every date. Every withdrawal. Every lie he ever told me about money. The pattern forms a map of betrayal. The realization stings sharper than any insult. He didn't just steal from my account. He stole years of sacrifice. Grandma and grandpa's savings. Mom's endless double shifts. My sleepless nights studying, believing I was safe. All reduced to numbers he casually erased. I close my laptop and stare into the dark. My apartment feels smaller, suffocating. Outside, city lights flicker like distant stars. Inside, something shifts quietly inside my chest. The fear begins to fade. In its place, a strange calm grows. I will not let this stand. He thinks I'm the same girl who stays quiet. The girl who trusts without proof. He's wrong. Tomorrow, I'll start making calls. To the bank. To an attorney. To anyone who can help me take this back. For once, I won't wait for him to fix it. He built this lie. Now I'll tear it apart, piece by piece. The cursor blinks again, steady and patient. It feels like a heartbeat. Mine. Stronger than before. The bus ride feels endless. 15 hours of cracked seats and fatting daylight. Fields blur past the window like ghosts. Each mile drags me closer to home and everything I don't want to face. I rehearse the conversation in my head 100 times. What do you say to a father who stole your future? By the time the bus stops in Columbus, my body feels hollow. No one is waiting at the station. I didn't tell them when I'd arrive. I wanted the silence first. The air smells like summer rain and asphalt. I walk the 12 blocks to our house in Bexley. The same blue shutters, chipped paint, the same ceramic bird bath. Everything looks familiar and false. Home but not safe. Mom opens the door before I can knock. Her hug is warm, her hands rough from work. "There's my girl," she whispers. Her smile trembles with exhaustion. She smells like coffee and dish soap. Dad's voice carries from the dining room. "Set another plate, Helen. Look who's here." I force a smile that doesn't reach my eyes. He stands at the table, crisp shirt, easy grin. "Lan," he says brightly, "Boston made you glow." I nod stiffly and take my seat. Dinner smells like lasagna and lies. Mom asks about finals. Dad talks about the economy like a professor. Financial responsibility separates the winners from the rest, he says. I bite the inside of my cheek. The irony tastes like blood. He keeps talking about investments, timing, opportunity. His words blur into static in my ears. I see the empty account every time I blink. When he finishes eating, he pats his stomach. Your mom's cooking could fix the world, he laughs. Then he leaves for a meeting. Mom starts cleaning up despite my protests. I'll just rest a bit before my shift, she says softly. Her shoulders slump like a flag after battle. When the house goes quiet, I move. Dad's office door creaks open. The air smells like aftershave and old paper. His desk is spotless, too spotless. I open drawers, find nothing but pens and bills. Then my eyes catch the jacket on the chair. I reach into the pockets. Receipts. River West Casino. One for $500, $1 for $1,000, $1 for $2,500. All dated within the last month. My chest tightens. It wasn't stocks. It was gambling. I sink into his chair, staring at the proof. Every lie fits perfectly now. I power on his computer. Password guesses fail twice. The third time, his wedding anniversary, it opens. Emails flood the screen. Promotions, casino invites, VIP rewards. My hands tremble as I print them all. Then I find the credit card statements. Cash withdrawals, all from River West. Each one a piece of my future, lost to his addiction. A floorboard creaks upstairs. I shove everything back, except the papers I need. When Mom appears with a cup of tea, my heart stops. You're quiet tonight, she says. I smile weakly. Just tired, Mom. She believes me, because she always does. When she's gone, I whisper to the empty room. He didn't just steal money. He stole who I thought he was. The knock on my door comes just past midnight. I know that rhythm too well. Dad doesn't wait for an answer. He leans against the frame, arms crossed, voice low. I noticed you were in my office. I meet his stare, my heartbeat steady. I found the casino receipts. For a second, his mask slips. Then the charm returns, quick and practiced. Those aren't mine. I was holding them for a coworker. I almost laugh. A coworker with your Diamond Club card, with your withdrawals. His tone sharpens. You had no right to go through my things. You had no right to steal from me. The silence that follows feels colder than winter. What I do with my money is my business, he snaps. It wasn't your money, I shoot back. It was mine, my education, my future. He glances toward the hallway, voice dropping. Keep your voice down. Your mother doesn't need to hear this nonsense. It's not nonsense, it's theft. His jaw tightens. You're making a mistake, Lan. No, I say softly. The mistake was trusting you. He stares at me, searching for weakness. When he finds none, he turns away. The door closes with a final, hollow sound. I sit there in the dark, shaking but unbroken. I take out my phone and text Aunt Mai. Need legal advice. UTMA account issue. Call tomorrow. The reply comes within a minute. Of course. Are you safe? I stare at the words, feeling the first crack of relief. I will be, I type back. Sleep never comes. Instead, I organize everything. Receipts, emails, bank statements, each labeled and dated. The full story of his betrayal spreads across my desk. When dawn breaks, I hear Mom in the kitchen. The clink of plates, the soft hum of an old radio. Her voice carries up the stairs, gentle and tired. I wonder how long she's lived inside this lie. I walk down, holding a cup of coffee like armor. She smiles at me. You were up late. Couldn't sleep, I answer. Her eyes study me, seeing more than I want her to. Something's wrong, she says quietly. I almost tell her everything. But I stop. Not yet. Not until I know exactly what to do. At noon, Aunt Mai calls. Her voice is sharp, confident, grounding. She listens as I explain everything from the first withdrawal. When I finish, there's silence. Then she says, "That's illegal, Lan. He broke fiduciary law." The words hit like truth carved in stone. What can I do? You document. You don't confront again. We'll handle this the right way. For the first time in days, I breathe without shaking. When the call ends, I sit on the edge of my bed. The fear has turned to purpose. Tomorrow, he'll learn I'm not a child anymore. I'm his reckoning. The letter goes out on Monday morning. Certified mail. Aunt Mai's words are sharp as steel on the page. Demand for immediate restitution. Breach of fiduciary duty. I watch the envelope disappear into the post slot. It feels like setting fire to the past. By afternoon, the first voicemail arrives. "Lan, this is ridiculous. We can talk about this." I don't answer. The second one comes that night, calmer, colder. "You're overreacting. Family helps family." I delete it. The third comes near midnight, slurred and angry. "You think you can threaten me? I'm your father." The sound of his rage no longer frightens me. It exhausts me. Mom sits beside me at the kitchen table, silent. Her hands twist the edge of a dish towel. "He's been lying for years," I whisper. She nods slowly, her eyes distant. I wanted to believe he'd change. The next day, Aunt Mai arrives with a stack of folders. Each one labeled with color-coded tabs. Financial records, tax forms, legal citations. "He doesn't get to hide behind charm this time," she says. Mom spreads old papers across the table. Receipts, bank slips, even letters from the early years. "I kept everything," she murmurs. I thought I was crazy for doing it. "Not crazy," Aunt Mai says. "Smart." The room fills with quiet determination. We are building something stronger than fear. By evening, the first call from his lawyer arrives. A smooth voice dripping with rehearsed patience. My client is open to discussion. Aunt Mai answers without hesitation. Full repayment, no negotiation. The silence on the other end lasts 10 seconds. Then the line clicks dead. That night, Mom can't sleep. She walks the floor, murmuring to herself. "I worked 2 jobs all those years. I thought we were saving for you, for college." Her voice cracks, but there's fire in it now. "He gambled everything while I was counting tips." I take her hand. "We're taking it back, Mom, all of it." When the sun rises, we sit with coffee and resolve. Outside, birds sing like nothing has changed. Inside, everything has. By Thursday, his mask starts to slip in public. He calls neighbors, telling them I'm ungrateful. He says Mom's having a breakdown. People start whispering, but not the way he expects. One neighbor calls Mom after seeing him at the casino. "They know," Mom says softly, almost smiling. On Friday, the demand letter is confirmed received. Aunt Mai's email pings with notification. "Game on," she writes. I open my laptop and stare at the timeline again. It's no longer a list of losses. It's a roadmap to justice. Dad always said family should stick together. He never imagined it would be against him. The courthouse smells like old paper and nerves. My hands tremble as I smooth my skirt. Aunt Mai walks beside me, calm and certain. "You're ready," she says. I nod, even though my heartbeat disagrees. Inside, the air feels colder. Dad sits at the far table, his lawyer whispering in his ear. He looks smaller than I remember. Still pretending confidence, still playing the victim. When he sees me, he forces a smile. I don't return it. The judge enters, voice steady, eyes sharp. Case number 314, Wilson versus Wilson, custodial account dispute. Dad's lawyer stands first, silver hair gleaming. This is a family misunderstanding, Your Honor. He says the words like a bedtime story. My client only sought to protect his daughter's assets. Aunt Mai rises slowly, papers in hand. Your Honor, we have records of 30 separate withdrawals. Her tone cuts clean through the room. Each one deliberate, each one unauthorized. She slides the documents forward. The judge scans them, her brow tightening. Mr. Min, she says evenly, what do you have to say? Dad clears his throat. I acted in the family's best interest. I intended to reinvest the funds. And where are these investments now? A pause. Market fluctuations, he mutters. The judge's eyes narrow behind her glasses. Fluctuations do not explain casino receipts. The words land like stones. Dad's lawyer shifts uncomfortably. Aunt Mai doesn't flinch. She presents the casino statements, the emails, the loyalty card. Every lie pinned to paper. My father's face drains of color. The judge exhales slowly. This court finds substantial evidence of fiduciary breach. My pulse thunders in my ears. Sentence after sentence seals his fate. Full repayment of $53,000. 5% interest. Wage garnishment of 25% until debt is cleared. Each word feels like justice carved in marble. Dad stares at me across the room. Lan, please, he whispers, voice cracking. You're ruining me. The words spill out before I can stop them. You ruined yourself when you took what wasn't yours. He flinches as if struck. The gavel comes down. Case closed. Outside, sunlight burns too bright. I breathe it in anyway. Aunt Mai squeezes my hand. You did it, she says softly. Behind us, I hear his lawyer's voice fatting down the steps. Dad's figure slumps, smaller, older, defeated. For a moment, I almost pity him. Almost. Then I remember the sleepless nights, the lies, the emptiness. Pity has no place left. Mom meets us at the courthouse door. Her eyes are red, but her chin is high. It's over, she whispers. Not yet, I answer. Now he pays it back. And for the first time in months, I smile. Not from joy, but from peace. The kind that comes only when truth finally wins. 6 months pass in silence that doesn't heal but steadies. Each paycheck garnished, each dollar trickling back to me. He sends messages I never answer. Apologies, excuses, promises. They all sound the same. I focus on what matters. Graduation day. The sky over Boston is impossibly blue. My gown feels heavy with everything I survived. 4 tickets lie on the table. Mom, Aunt Mai, my 2 closest friends. No seat for him. The text arrives anyway. When should I book my flight? I stare at it, heart cold, fingers calm. I only have 4 tickets, I reply. I've already given them away. His response comes instantly. This is absurd. I'm your father. I put the phone face down and walk away. Outside, the city hums with celebration. At the ceremony, rows of families cheer and wave. I spot Mom in the crowd, eyes shining. Aunt Mai beside her, proud and fierce. Then I see him. Standing near the entrance, clutching a bouquet too large. He pushes past the usher, shouting my name. That's my daughter. I paid for her education. The crowd turns. Whispers ripple through the air like wind. The usher blocks his way. Sir, you need a ticket. He raises his voice. I deserve to be here. She owes me this moment. Aunt Mai rises from her seat, composed and fearless. You weren't invited, she says clearly. You need to leave. 2 security officers approach. He resists, arguing, pleading, demanding. Lan, tell them who I am. I stand frozen, every muscle tight. Hundreds of eyes flick between us. Then I shake my head slowly. He stops struggling, confusion replacing fury. Security escorts him out through the side gate. His voice fades, small and broken. For the first time, I feel no shame, only release. When my name is called, I walk across the stage. Applause erupts from the people who stayed. Their cheers drown out the ghosts of his voice. The diploma feels lighter than I expected. Freedom always does. After the ceremony, Mom hugs me tight. "You did it," she whispers. Her ring finger bare, her hands steady. Aunt Mai joins, smiling. Justice and a degree, not bad for 1 year. That night, the city glows gold outside my window. My phone buzzes again. I don't read the message. I delete it without hesitation. In the quiet that follows, peace settles deep. I open my laptop, start sketching my first real project. Lines shape symmetry. A new foundation, built by my own hands. He thought taking my money would take my future. But the truth is simple. He didn't destroy me. He built the woman who finally walked away. The restaurant glows with soft amber light. Mom's laughter fills the space, free and unguarded. Aunt Mai raises her glass, eyes bright with pride. "To Lan," she says, "who fought for her future and won." I smile, the sound of clinking glasses ringing like victory. My friends cheer, their joy warm and genuine. Mom squeezes my hand. "You never gave up," she whispers. Her voice no longer tired, but alive. I glance at her bare hand, no ring, no regret. A new beginning gleams in her eyes. I tell them about my new job, my own apartment. Every detail built with money I earned myself. The first garnished payment arrived last week. Numbers that once meant loss now mean justice. After dinner, I walk home through the quiet streets. Boston feels different tonight, lighter somehow. The future no longer scares me. It waits, patient and open. My phone buzzes once more with his name. I swipe it away without reading. Some stories end not with revenge, but release. He taught me what trust costs. I taught myself what strength is worth. And that lesson will never be taken again.